Well, hey there folks, welcome back to Midwest Horizon here on my 10's Ranch series, and we are in December, the first part of December, and the title of this episode is going to be The Great Expansion. And no, I'm not talking about my waistline. Oh boy, yeah, we have made a big purchase. And as you see, we have some shaft going in the trailer here. I've actually had to use this semi-trailer because we'll get to why just as we pan way. Well, actually, the trailer's not there. It must be full. There it is. So the other tractor there on the forge wagon is taking that. You see, we have a shed, a silo over there. We've got another forge harvester across the field over there, and you notice we've got a much bigger header on the forge harvester. Is much bigger, so we've got that on both harvesters, and we are really chewing through this corn. So that is going really well, and this field is absolutely massive. What I'm going to do while we are, you know what, let's just match our speed here with the guy. There we go. Alright, so while we are just kind of rolling along, going straight, you notice we're at $4.1 million, so I have spent a little money. Let's look at what we got going on. Speaking of cows here, they are all doing well. We've had some babies. Food's going good, and we're up to almost 6,000 cows. So that's getting there. Alright, so if you know, the farm was over here. We had bought field 78, 77, and I actually bought this one here to add on. So I'm making one big giant field over here. It's going to be a big old grass field. And you see how the big tractor out there with a big plow, we're just going and resetting this field. I had some areas that needed some lime and adding this field here. So I'm just going ahead and just resetting the field. We're going to put lime out, fertilizer, and reseed it with grass, start fresh going into next year. Oops, what's going on here? Why has it stopped? Let's see what is going on. Did it get too far ahead of it? Oh, I may be too far away. That's what it is. Let's see. There we go. I got too far away. Alright, we'll start there. I think we're going good. Alright, back to the menu. So we have all this land over here. What I did is bought another field, and I wanted a big field, a big giant field. So I got to looking on the map. There are quite a few. There's this one over here, field 108. And it had corn in it. So I bought it. It was 1.3, almost $1.4 million. So I bought that piece of land, and then right down here in this corner, we set our barn or shed and the silo. Now you may be wondering why I bought that field. We're going to get to that. I'm going to show you why here in just a few moments. Let's get this guy turned around. And this field needs to be plowed, of course, with the corn in it. But you see along these edges, this always tends to happen on maps, but you get these areas that just don't get planted. So we'll need to plow that up, straighten everything out. But this field was actually in good shape. It had full fertilization. It was limed. So the yield we're getting out of the corn is actually pretty good. This truck does need some fuel, but what we're going to do, let's just go ahead and let the worker go. So I do have auto drive helping me out with this. So now that is taken over, I can hop out and he'll rock along and do his thing. All right, very good. So while we're doing that, let's hop over into this one over here. Let's just make sure everything's going good. See us turn around that tractor. There we go. At times has had trouble making the turn when we have the smaller header. Now that we have the bigger header, it does seem to be working out a little better. Make sure that makes the turn. And it is. Very good. All right, so what we're going to do is let's hop over here. I want to show you what we have going on. So this is the field, or this little grass area was part of the field when I bought it. So I have set a big old barn over here, and we've got a fermenting silo. So we do have plenty of space in this barn, gigantic barn. And in this silo, we already have 3.5 million liters of chaff, and we're already up to 220,000 liters of silage already. So I've actually had to upgrade that silo already because we were about to max it out at around, I think about 2 million liters is what it would hold. Let's just double check that and see. That would be over here. And yes, about 2.5 million liters, I think, because it doubles every time. So now we can hold 5 million liters, and we're working on that. I think we're going to hit that. We may have to either upgrade it one more time, or I would hate to do this, but transport it down to the other farm. So we'll see what we end up with. You know, we're working through the field pretty good. Most of the field, well, I thought most of it had been harvested, but actually it hasn't. So, ooh, boy, we're going to have some problems. Anyway, that's something else to deal with. All right, so let's pop back over to the farm, and I'll show you something. Let's just hop over here. Let's jump into that. Let's go ahead and get some. Oh, it is full. Okay, good. So this is why I bought the field, because I had planted this corn here. We're in December. It didn't grow. And I don't think it's going to. It has been at this stage for several months. And if we look at the calendar, I believe I planted it in the last month that we could plant it. So it's silage corn down here at the bottom. So it should be ready. And it's not. So I don't know what's going on with this field. I thought about just F12ing it, popping it up to a harvestable state and going with it. But then I got to thinking, this kind of stuff that happens in real life. Don't get germination. You know, you have a big drought. It knocks it back. Different things, windstorms, whatever. For whatever reason, the crop just does not make it. So that's where we're at. This field is a loss. Now, by some miracle over the winter, it grows and we can harvest it. Hey, we'll knock it out. But it doesn't look like it's going to. So we're just going to let it go and we'll deal with it next spring. Kind of stinks because this is a pretty nice sized field. And we did go through the effort of planting it, fertilizing it. But it just wasn't meant to be, I guess. So we are doing really well right now on the farm. I was worried about the food going to the winter, but we're doing really good. You see the barn here has quite a bit of hay and straw. And then over here, this barn has quite a few bales of silage. But we have a lot of silage on the way with all of that chaff. But let's look at what we have currently. Silage, we're at 3 million liters. Currently, hay, almost 8 million liters of hay, 4.2 million liters of straw. Now, we will use a whole lot of that over the winter, but that's fine. That's what it's there for us to use. So the cow feed mixer is about half full. We've got it about half full on the commodities here in it. So we'll need to add to at some point in the future, but there's quite a bit in there. That's a lot of silage, or not silage, a lot of TMR that will be made off of what's in there. So we've got quite a bit there. So we're doing really good. We're doing really good. The expansion, the great expansion. So my kind of thoughts on this is I'm going to leave that field down there as a cornfield. So I'm going to get equipment down there that I would need to run that operation. So we're going to have a plow down there. We're going to need a plow and a planter. And then we're going to have our forage harvesters down there stationed. We'll just leave them down there. Oops, sorry about that. And we'll just kind of go with that. This guy here, I may move, or maybe we'll leave it here and then get another plow to operate down there. Maybe I take both of them down there. I don't know. But I kind of want to set that farm up with some of the equipment there that we would just use there. And then we may have to move some equipment back and forth, maybe like a sprayer or a spreader or things like that. So that's kind of my plan. It's a really big field over there, and I think it's going to be a great asset to the farm. We're going to get a lot of crop off of that. Doing the corn, we're not going to be able to double crop. If we look at the calendar, we can't double crop the corn, I don't believe. So it is what it is. That's fine. But it'll be a whole lot. I mean, at this point, we're nearly, we're going to be over 5 million liters in chaff from that field. So that is tremendous. That's tremendous. So that's a lot of silage, an awful lot of silage. So that's going to be cool. So we're going to get this guy down here. We've got the rest of this field here. We've got to get, I've got to go around the edges. I've already done that edge down there. But we're going to have to go across this top edge, and then we've got a spot over there where he didn't get, and then we'll have this field done. So I'm just letting the helper go right here. It's kind of working, and I'm kind of farm manager mode right now. We've got so much going on, and I did have a little issues with the forage harvesters initially, so I just wanted to make sure that those were working out okay. As a matter of fact, I think what we're going to do is we're going to jump in here. Let's drive this a bit. Since I do have auto drive able to help us out, let's do a little bit of driving in the forage harvester, because I don't get to do that a whole lot unless I pull a trailer behind me. But it's pretty neat having auto drive doing the carting. I do like that feature. And as you can see, that tractor is just coming back from the silo. It fills up pretty quickly with this. This header's huge. I tell you, it's huge. Probably not realistic, but that's just not where we're at. And we're going to have to get some more fuel down here as well. All right, there we go. Let's make sure we're getting just on the edge there. Very good. So yeah, this is a really neat feature I do like. If you haven't ever used it, you can use either course play or a regular base game helper in the field, and then you just set up auto drive to do the I think it's the unload combine mode. This one here, and then you set up your weight station and your offloading or unloading. Oh shoot, unloading station. And it will just do its thing. It works out pretty good. What's that? It does get a little squirrely sometimes. I'm not sure why it does that. Watch the front tires on that tractor. It'll get to wobbling. What I like doing is just running it out a bit. Kind of gets him to follow you around the corner. Tends to work out a little better if you don't cut it just sharp at the edge of the field there, or at the edge of the crop. Oh, there we go. There we go. May have wasted a little bit of crop there. I forgot about we were in a forage harvester and it wasn't shooting into the trailer, but hopefully there's a little buffer tank there. I'm not sure if there is or not. So yeah, we have this field that we've got to harvest. And then, like I said, I will replant it in corn again. This will be our silage field. Now, I don't know how many more years we've got to go on this playthrough. We're in December this year. I think we're okay to maybe buy a few more cows. We do have, I think some are getting close to having calves again, but we're just not producing that many. It takes a long time for a cow to go through that process. So unlike sheep and pig and things and game, chickens, it just takes so much longer, just as it does in real life. But we're just not getting the turnover there, or the gains in numbers quite as fast as I thought we would. So we're going to probably go ahead and buy a few more cows. Not a crazy amount, but just go ahead and buy some more. And matter of fact, I do have one barn that is nearly full, so we're getting there. We're getting there. We'll fill out the rest of the barns, and you know, we may have to at some point move some cows around as the barn gets full. We may have to move some of those out to another barn, just to make some space for some future calves. But we are doing really well. I'm actually pleased. I think we're probably 1 year left on this series. I don't know how many, or I didn't know how many I would end up having to do going into this series. I figured 3 or 4 just to get through everything that I wanted to do. And the nice thing about it, now that we have a plethora of money, there's no issue with cash. You know, I'm not having to fool with contracts and things like that. So I was doing that at different times throughout the playthrough when I had time, and I was looking for, you know, things like straw or just some extra cash. And that was taking a lot of time, but now that we're able to just focus on the crops that we are dealing with, and now that I have cheated, not cheated, but adjusted some of the gameplay and equipment that I'm using, that has made some of the tending of the cows a little bit easier and less time consuming. So I'm able to move through that a little quicker. So we should be able to move through the next months a little quicker, especially over the winter when there's nothing else to do on the farm but feed the cows. That should go pretty quick. Drop slurry off at the biogas plant, and then walk on through the next month. So hopefully this winter months will go pretty quick. I don't know how quick it'll go for me, but for you guys, it's probably going to go really, really quick, because I don't think I'm going to have another episode until springtime, when we're starting to get going with our springtime crops. I think we're going to rock through the winter and just get that taken care of. We won't have anything to do but is he done? Is he done? Let's see. Yeah, we won't have anything to do but take care of the cows. So that'll be easy. I do believe he is done. Or was it because I stopped? Let's see. Nope, he's at 99%. Okay, so he's good. All right, very good. So yeah, we've run the combine. I'm actually just going to hire a worker back there. He'll sit there until the helper comes back. So that's it. I mean, we're just kind of charging through this field, trying to get it done. I was able to buy the extra forage harvester. No issues, because we have the cash. We bought the shed, the silo, we bought the field. All bought and paid for. We are just trucking along. We've made some land moves that I think will help us going forward. We should not have any issue with food, I think, from this point on. Because reality is I probably could actually just make hay out of the other fields, and then just have this one for corn for silage. But I don't know. We may still need a wheat crop or a straw crop to get us some straw too. So anyhow, that's where we're at on this playthrough. I know it's been kind of a wild ride so far. We have went from struggling to almost giving up to here we are kind of just rocking it. I mean, this is actually going much better than I thought it would. At certain points during this playthrough, I had my doubts, but we are doing it. We're going to make this challenge. We're going to succeed, and we're going to get through it. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please be sure and click that thumbs up button. If you have not yet subscribed to my channel, I'd appreciate it if you go ahead and do that today. Click the subscribe button, and also be sure you turn on your notifications so that you don't miss any more content from me. I hope each of you have a blessed day, and we'll see you back here next time.